It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline: Why Ohanaeze and Southeast governors should start negotiating for vice president position. The 2023 presidential election is less than 2 years in Nigeria. Different zones have been agitating to produce President Muhammadu Buhari's successor. Southeast is one of the zones that have been agitating for 2023 presidency. And the Ohanaeze youth has actually been talking about ways of which they would achieve this feat. IPOB would affect the chances of the Southeast producing a Nigerian president in 2023. Dim Uche Okuku, the Deputy President General, Ohanaeze Indigo, said Kanu's directive that his followers should not participate in voters registration and destroy their personal voters card PVCs would jeopardize the chance of Igbo producing a Nigerian president. Speaking with Daily Post, Okuku urged Nigerians not to mirror Igbos from the eyes of Kanu and IPOB. Okuku maintained that Igbos are peace-loving people who are always willing to live in harmony with other Nigerians. He said Kanu should be ignored because he attacks both Igbo and non-Igbo leaders. According to Okuku, marginalization as a way of producing results, and you will agree with me that the majority of the people are poor and marginalized. When you tell them what they want to hear, these poor marginalized people will follow you. But Nnamdi Kanu is not getting it right because he has subscribed to violence as a way and has not limited it to Igbo leaders. He has attacked Asiwaju in Lagos, Ekweremadu, Rotimi Amechi. He has threatened to kill Igbo leaders and governors. So, he is not only attacking outsiders, he is also attacking his Igbo brothers and sisters. The points I'm making is that we must consciously take Nnamdi Kanu and put him where he belongs. He is not an Igbo leader and cannot speak for Indigo. Igbos don't subscribe to violence, anarchy, or destruction of lives and properties. This is my argument. Igbos are willing to live in harmony with other tribes in Nigeria. Igbos are saying 50 years after the war, allow an Igbo man to occupy the presidency. Jonathan ruled for 6 years and Nigeria did not disappear. Yorubas have been in power. The North has ruled. Now the Igbo, if you give them the presidency, they will have any other argument tomorrow. If they say Nigeria is marginalizing them, the answer is no, because people will ask they were in the presidency for 8 years and what did they do with it. Kanu's agitation will certainly, to a large extent, affect our chances. And now the Kanu's agitations, pronouncements, actions, omissions, and commissions affect us in one way or the other. He is preventing voters registration in Igbo land. He is asking supporters to destroy their PVC. So, apart from the fact that Nigeria needs us to some extent, they mirror us through Nnamdi Kanu's actions. The outcome of his action is jeopardizing our desire, because when you say people should destroy their permanent voters cards and not participate in voters registration, it will affect us. I won't deny that in one way or the other. However, I am appealing that nobody should mirror the Igbos through the actions of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. And the news analysis is quite simple. This is the Ohanaeze Indigo, the Igbo socio-political organization, admitting that the agitations of Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, would affect their chances of the Southeast producing a Nigerian president in 2023, as we have learned that the Ohanaeze Indigo, which is a socio-political organization of the Igbos, are actually interested, and they have shown they are not hiding their interest anymore about envisaging to get the zoning of the next 2023 presidential election being zoned to the Igbos, like the Southeast. And they've been doing everything necessary, like creating an awareness and trying to lobby around to have this their vision come in place. And as a result of that, many people have been saying that it is not possible for them to achieve this feat if the Igbos continue to feel marginalized and not participate in elections and if they continue with the agitations of breaking up and the likes like that, that the country will not take them serious, and citizens are not likely to even allow that happen or being zoned to the southeast. And the Nigerian president of Igbo extraction would actually is a favor to all Nigerians, according to them, that the deliverance of Nigeria from the shackles of bad leadership is the coming of an Igbo person in 2023 to govern Nigeria. But with these factors that we are considering, that they might actually use that as a means to break up the country or some other things like that, and that even now that they are not participating, the votes from their side, as the last two elections were actually low, and if that continues, then people cannot entrust their votes or their zoning of the presidency to their side. And this is why the Ohanaeze Indigbo's deputy president, who is Dame Uche Okuku, is trying to correct that notion, saying that going against the fact that Kanu, who happens to be the leader of the IPOB, who have said so quite not possible for them not to have their permanent voters card, because if they actually heed to the voice of Nnamdi Kanu by saying that they would not have their permanent voters card, then it is going to jeopardize their intention and their chances of having or producing a Nigerian president, if at all either the APC or the PDP decides to zone the presidency to the southeast. And Okuku maintained that the people of Igbos are actually peace-loving, they are accommodating, and they want harmony with other Nigerians, and not the other way around. And that he was appealing that people, especially Nigerians, should not mirror the Igbos, like they should not see the Igbos from the angle of the Kanu and the IPOB, which are the indigenous people of Biafra. Because when the presidents came around to visit Imo State sometimes ago like that, they tried to even correct this notion by saying that as long as Nigeria is a just country and they do things the way it's supposed to go, and that they do not marginalize the Igbo, that they are standing with Nigerian and they are not even ready to separate. And according to Okuku, he said that marginalization has a way of producing results, and you will agree with me that majority of the people are poor and marginalized. And when you tell them that what they want to hear, these poor marginalized people will follow you, and that is the case of Nnamdi Kanu. He has seen that these people are kind of poor and they are not getting what they want and the likes like that. So all those is words. Most of them would want to follow him, seeing him to be the closest to them and somebody who wants to hear them out, which the government is actually not doing, and that is why they are subscribing to this kind of view. And Okuku is trying to say that Kanu is not just getting it right because he's doing his own in a violent way, and not that he's doing it to the federal government alone. Igbo leaders are actually also affected by his doings and his threats, and they say that Nnamdi Kanu is not an Igbo leader and cannot speak for the Indigbo. The time is 10:39 a.m. Good morning. Thanks for listening.